How's it going? Today we're going to do a short little video on some inventory management and escape from Tarkov. My stash is a little messy right now, but it's alright. So we're going to be talking about positive space storage. We're going to use these pillboxes for reference. These are backpacks that you can acquire in game. If you're not level 15, you'll have to pick them up from a scav run. But once you hit level 15, you can get these from the flea market. Now, if we count the spaces that this takes up in stash, we have 4, 8, 12, 16. So this takes up 16 slots. And let's look inside of it. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So, and it gives us 20. So we're getting 4 extra spaces already out of this backpack. And if we look at the CSA here, which is my preferred rig for doing this with, and it's mainly because we have 2 sets of 3 slot here, this also takes up less space in stash than it gives. You can see here that it takes up 6 squares. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 slots that it gives us. So when we combine these together, we're getting double efficiency, and we can set our whatever items that can fit inside of here in this backpack. Now you can do this with as many as you'd like. In fact, if we look here, this is one that I've already had set up, and you can see, I've just got a myriad of different items in here, and that's all positive storage. Now, this may not give you a whole lot on its own, but when you start stacking them up, pillbox, 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 this is going to give you quite a bit of extra storage. Granted, I do have an EOD account, so I have the larger stash, but this will work for you even if you don't have the EOD account. This is a great way to squeeze every square that you can out of your stash space that you have. Another thing that I like to do is when I'm not running my PMC, I'll throw larger items on my person. This gives me more space to utilize whenever I'm going to be taking a scav. And that's pretty much it for that part of the stash management. You can put anything, any item that will physically fit in the chest rig can go in there in that backpack, and you can even magnify that with things like money. You can stick wallets in these chest rigs and money in the wallets. As you progress later on down the line, you can get docs cases and have key storage, money storage, key cards. But today we're just going to be focusing on the basic stash storage, and that's pretty much it with the CSA. Now, you can leave as many of these slots open as you'd like for larger items, say like this upper for an M4 and a Glock or whatever, but the more of these you stack in here, the more positive storage you're ultimately getting out of it. And another thing you can do to add some storage space, I'm going to use this AK for example. So watch this. We're going to unload this. Now we're going to take this pistol grip off of here, and look at how much smaller that is. And if you remember, we have a 3 slot in here. So now we can store this entire AK-74 inside of this chest rig. Now look at how much space that's made up there. This is where the positive storage really comes into play. And it may be kind of a pain in the neck to do this at first, every time you do this with your guns, your ammunition, whatever. But once you have these backpacks separated into categories, and say you have one that's all your weapons parts and one's that's your receivers and such and so forth, you'll get used to it. And this will make a big difference in your play and how many items you're ultimately able to keep to either run or sell or whatever you're going to do with them. This makes a big difference.